Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to episode 29 of BDAchat. This week, you may have noticed, those that are watching the video, we're missing one vital member of the team. David, unfortunately, couldn't make this week. So rather than cancel or postpone, we thought we'd just carry on. And so this week, we've got the lovely Camilla and Rob.
That is me.
And we're going to be talking about something that is very close to my heart this week, and that is the power of gaming. I'm a massive gamer. I love the creative worlds that are created in video games. I love the storytelling, the music, all of it it's my biggest passion outside of making videos. The stories that it can tell, the places it can take you, and the creative teams that are created to create such compelling pieces of media. So much so that the video game market doesn't get its fair dues, I think, in the world in terms of it always feels like it's overshadowed by the movie industry, which it is not.
Or even negative publicity.
Yeah, it does pick up a fair point.
Yeah.
You know, if there's ever a mass incident, let's say, that may occur, it's always video games that seem to take the brunt. They always seem to be the scapegoat. And actually, I think that's complete and utter rubbish. So, but what we're going to talk about, and just one, I'll put it out there, the greatest game ever made is The Last of Us by Naughty Dog, so please go and play that if you haven't played that.
Lee loves it.
I've never heard of that game, just to say.
Everyone should play The Last of Us, it's brilliant. But we're not going to focus, obviously, on video games itself. We're going to focus on the power of the marketing of video games, and how video games are marketed, and how they are successful, and how that you can use some of this success that video games have gained in your own marketing. So we've been looking at it. We've done a bit of research. You've got to do research with the podcast, and so Camilla, or either one of these two, is going to take it away. We've got a flip chart. It's written.
Don't give away our secrets.
It's written in Braille, as far as I'm concerned. But there we go. So I've got my little stats. Just to let you know that I've got the top 5 video games of all time.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. So you'll all be keen to.
I want to know them now.
Could we have a guess as well?
You can have a guess now if you want to. What you want to guess? The top 5
all time.
All time.
Should we finish on that?
You can finish on that if you want.
Okay,
That's something. So you can think about that. Top 5 video games.
Okay,
of
I'll
all
be
time.
thinking of that.
So marketing. Video games, it's massive.
Where do we start?
Where do we start?
I don't know.
Is Fortnite a good place to start, or do you want to go elsewhere? Or
Do you want to
streaming,
start
or
one,
marketing?
I'll kick off. I wanted to start by bringing up a name, Ninja. And
Theory?
For those,
No, nothing.
Ninja. No, Ninja. And for those of you who don't know who this chap is, he is a pro gamer, a streamer, and a YouTuber. He goes by the name of Tyler Bevins. He's 27. And basically, this guy is massive. He's got 13.5 million subscribers on YouTube. That's huge, isn't it? I mean, a huge amount. Absolutely huge amount. And this guy is making $500,000 a month through streaming a computer game. Wow. And when I say streaming, he sits there with his headset on, he plays the game, you can see him playing it, and you can see what he's playing,
So why,
and then
why
people
is he
basically
so good?
watch.
Why is he making $500,000?
Because sometimes I always think, very much like Ali A, in that he's another streamer, they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's not just him, literally.
No,
he gives a commentary.
he gives a commentary. He invites feedback. He engages with his audience, which is vital in any YouTube to gain a following, any YouTube channel. And at the same time, I mean, I know in terms of Ali A, he's very family friendly. You don't mind if your kids tune into Ali A because you know that he's very. Even though his content, and I think this is the key, some of the keys, sometimes their content looks professional, but at the same time, it doesn't have so much of a professional edge to it that you feel like it's just been mass-produced or overthought, or, do you know what I mean? So I think that's the joy of streaming sometimes, that things can look a little bit rough and ready.
Yeah.
And therefore, you're more sort of like, it almost feels like a startup. It almost feels like a Kickstarter event. I'll back this, I'll follow this.
Yeah, and there's been a massive shift in trends. There's very much a trend of watching people do things now. A younger generation is
like
very much
unboxing.
From the unboxing right through to actually watching people play games and talk about how they play them. It inspires other gamers on how they should play, and again, it's that entertainment value. I raise him up because it kind of moves on to the marketing piece for me, which is influencer marketing. Now, brands have been doing it for quite a while. Yeah. It's nothing new, but I think there's this discovery of this new channel, which is the gaming industry has become a new channel for
You've
influencer
got to wonder
marketing.
If the likes of Epic, who make Fortnite, because they obviously they target certain influencers, and they'll send. I mean, Fortnite's free anyway, but you send out the code. Is there a play this game 3 times a week and we'll help you out? Or I don't know if there is.
There must be.
But there must be something.
There must be for that revenue as well.
I know Casey Neistat doesn't play games, but I don't think he does.
But then you look at someone like Tanya Burr, who's like a makeup artist on YouTube. She's really well known. She gets product placements, obviously. So they'll say review this and this and this, and then she'll get paid. Yeah. Well, the thing it is advertising at the end of the day.
Yeah, you got to imagine. Ninja. He started in 2011 with his first streams. That's only 7 years ago. Now he's worth millions and millions of pounds, millions of dollars. But what's happened is, I think the Fortnite business model, which is, like you said, free to play. So basically, you can download this game, and then once you've got the game, it's subscription based, etc., etc. Yeah. But that business model has really helped that because it builds a community quickly.
But they have got Fortnite is on the news all the time. So you've got parents whose kids have spent there was someone last week who spent 800 quid.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Had literally spent 80 purchases in a week. And NatWest are like, we're not giving you the money back because we've got your consent to spend that money. So it's all the in-app purchases and all the currency. Yeah. I think Fortnite made 200 million in April this year. 200 million pounds. Did I take that stat from you? Yes! 200 million pounds.
200 million. And just put that in perspective. It's a game they gave away for free. You can download it for free and play pretty much the full game.
I think it's very telling in that you look at two. There's PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Very similar game type, was around long before Fortnite was, and their business model was different in that same type of game but a bit more serious. But you had to pay for it. I think it was 20 quid.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
It was an early access.
I didn't realise you had to pay for it.
Yeah, it's early access on Xbox, so it's not quite finished. But regardless of that, their product just wasn't as fun to play or as polished as Fortnite was. And Fortnite was free.
It was really glitchy.
And that's the biggest, it's free. And if it's free, that means, and the support it got on so many multiple devices, we won't mention PlayStation. And
it trends on mobile too.
Yeah,
I can't imagine playing Fortnite on mobile, but
people do.
Well, people do. I mean, I just think it's that it's become more as a social event now, not just a gaming event, a social event of people getting together and play Fortnite. And I was going to do this before and try and guess, but I've done this the wrong way around.
Where are you gone? Oh, he's back. He's back.
I had a quick look, and I was going to say, right, who do you think these people? Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, her show that got canned.
She plays Fortnite.
Does she?
Yes. There's Dele Alli, obviously. Harry Kane. We all know the boys there in England are playing.
They're all playing it out there. They've said that in an interview.
Travis Scott, Stranger Things. Did cast from Stranger Things play Fortnite? There's so many people that are just we play Fortnite, and I think it's gone past cult. It's it's just
schools are banning conversations of Fortnite in class.
They'll be bad.
It's a 12 certificate, isn't it?
Oh God! I went to Sports Day.
David's dance.
I went to Sports Day, and literally after an hour of being at Sports Day and watching literally every kid out of 300 flossing and doing all the dances constantly. Everywhere you look, there was someone doing a Fortnite dance, and it was just like
last night.
God, get me out of here! No more flossing.
I was watching. So basically, last night I was watching the England game. This is a bit off piste, but bear with me. And so anyway,
were you drunk again?
My youngest had gone to bed because he's 7. He's gone. So Thomas's favourite player is Harry Kane, and he's like, and Gareth Bale, and. He came down and he was like, "Can I watch the rest of the football with you, Dad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but don't tell Mum."
Was Mum in bed?
Mum was upstairs doing something. She was in bed, and I got this. And literally just before he only had about 10 minutes left.
So nicely.
And Mum was like, "He's got to go to bed. He's got school tomorrow." I was like, "You got to go to bed." Mum's getting mad. So go to bed. Anyway, he went to bed, and literally and then Harry Kane scored that wonderful header.
Yeah, he saw it.
Thomas came running downstairs because he heard me go, yeah, and literally in the middle, I've got a video of it. In the middle of the lounge, he just did jubilation dance. And he just did it.
Is that what you put on Instagram?
Yeah, and I was just like, but it's just, it's the way that Fortnite's almost now become a way of communication.
Yeah.
And it's strange in that, and that's what I think I wrote down the 5 things that make Fortnite great: free, fun to play, socially engaging, and there was another one, but I can't remember what it was. But I think, yes, it makes money. And it makes money through the V-Bucks if you're so inclined to pay for them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
People are because they want the customizations. I want the different skin. I want to look different to other people playing the game. I want to get those extra benefits that people don't get. You know, I want a different parachute to everyone else, and that's where they get you.
Because I remember the first time I looked at it, and they had people in different outfits, different avatars, and I was like, and I thought you had to game up to get those kind of avatars, and you didn't. You just have to spend money, and then you get.
Well, now apparently, because then if you go into the game with the generic garb on, you're then classed as a noob.
Yeah.
And you're just like
annihilated.
You're just annihilated because noob, get him, and because.
Oh God, it's become like a status thing.
Well, Thomas went to a swim party the other day, and we turned up, and we were just talking about Fortnite. And like, so what are you doing the weekend? Oh, you know, shooting noobs. I was like,
shooting noobs.
Shooting some noobs. That's a mile school.
I did a bit of research. It's quite interesting on share a voice of the games.
So this is your own research?
Yeah. So we've got a piece of software, a BDA, and you put in lots of different brands or whatever, and it's called like a listening.
Does it print out this nice little?
No, it's torn up round there. No, I did this. So I put in PUBG. Fallout, Far Cry 5, God of War, and Fortnite, just to see who had the most mentions over a 6-month period globally.
Yep.
So how many mentions, how many times do you reckon Fortnite was mentioned in the last 6 months?
Millions?
Yeah, it'll be in the millions.
8.6 million times.
8.6 millions.
And then the thing that comes close to it is PUBG with 4.1 million. That's the top.
Yeah, and no surprises.
It goes Fortnite 8.6 million, PUBG 4.1 million, and then it goes God of War 1.2, Far Cry 5 500,000, and then Fallout 395.
Yeah.
So poor little Fallout.
Well, because I think Fallout had a big announcement of their new game that's launching, and that's probably why it kind of spiked a little bit more than usual.
It shows how the marketing trends in gaming can shift very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, 1 minute they're doing open world type games, the next minute there's a new big thing. Everyone's now announcing that they've got these battle royale modes, and the marketing that goes with them. You have like massive press conferences in E3.
Was that last week?
Yeah, it's I think last weekend or weekend before last, where you have the major players in the market, Sony, Nintendo.
Just like a gaming award.
Not really an awards. It's more like it's a showcase of what they've got coming up next year.
To really promote their games or their hardware or whatever it may be.
People like Microsoft, PlayStation,
yeah.
Nintendo.
But then houses, individual production development houses and teams are there showcasing their games. So you'll have like Ubisoft, the French developer, and people like that with their own areas with their new games coming up. But this is what's interesting about that. And going back to Ninja, Red Bull now sponsor Ninja. So this is where brands have picked up on this kind of the community and the mentions and what's going on, how much influence they have. There is a
helicopter or
a jet landing on the roof.
David's turned up.
Oh, that's brave.
Simon Cowell.
And they've cottoned onto it. And how do we reach these communities where people are actually interacting and people are talking? And Red Bull have got involved, and Red Bull are quite apt.
So cool.
They've got them all drinking their energy drinks. Nice they're an extreme brand, and it works really nicely. And a number of other brands like Activision. Call of Duty. I think they make Call of Duty. And they're using, again, pro gamers and pro athletes to a mixture of, your American football players and your actual e-gamers to promote the game in their commercials.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you look at like eSports, eSports from a gaming point of view, it's taken off massive. They're all trying to break into eSports.
Yeah.
There's only so many few games that have actually cracked it. I mean, you've got the likes of Overwatch, Halo. But the money that is spent around these leagues, they all get together the players that, it's still in its infancy. It's still a little bit geeky.
What is?
Just esports, I think, in general. I just think there's something cooler about streamers in Fortnite, whereas esports just seems a little bit, I don't know, the players just seem a little bit too much frazzled the other way. This is all I do all my life. Completely and utterly Twitch gameplay. But I don't know. Yeah. But esports is going to be bigger and bigger, and I think esports is the one thing to look out for. I think that you're going to get channels, on TV, just the Overwatch channel.
Well, you've got In-N-Out burger chain in the US. They sponsor one of the esports teams. They plough a lot of money into them.
Oh, really?
Because they know that they're getting literally hundreds of thousands of views at these live events. So it's beamed out across YouTube and live streaming sites, and they know the exposure for their brand is so huge. So In-N-Out Burger, never heard of them in this country. I presume they're US based.
I've heard of In-N-Out.
But they sponsor an Overwatch team, so they're the official sponsor, and the exposure they get from it is unbelievable.
Well, I think that's one of the key things in all marketing is exposure.
Yeah.
In the video game industry, there's so much influencers. There's the eSports. There's the conferences that they do. There's a video game training. There's that way of being a mass developer, knowing that you've got a lot of being able to let's take Rockstar. Now, Rockstar make Grand Theft Auto. You may have heard of them, you may not, but they're a big player in the game industry. Now, their latest game, Red Dead Redemption, everyone's been waiting for Rockstar to announce it, and all they did, they put a little tweet out with just a red background, looked a bit distressed in terms of its creative, and it just had their logo.
Intrigue.
That's all they did.
And everyone was up.
And everyone was like, it was almost like this announcement, right, from Rockstar, we're ready to talk, something's coming, and it creates hype. Yeah. And then that hype, you just follow the train. Then 2 days later, they released a trailer.
And because it's ambiguous, you get people guessing, I think it's this.
It's conversation.
It's that same Pantone colour as Red Dead Redemption, so it's going to be that, and it gets people talking.
It's brilliant.
And again, I think that's it. That's where marketing, that's where businesses can learn from the gaming industry massively. It's like what we talked about with movies as well. It's that tease them, excite them,
get them talking, get them sharing
get them engaging.
Yeah. I heard that the gaming industry was worth more than, I think it was the arts, film and music combined. It's worth more than all of those. That's huge.
That's why it's the emerging channel for marketing.
Yeah, it's been gaining traction for years. And the thing is, it doesn't get the respect of Hollywood. It doesn't get, it makes more money than, it definitely makes more money than the music industry.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have that.
It makes more money than all of them combined together.
Really?
Yeah, film, music, art.
I mean,
that's
I know
huge,
if you take the I don't know, God of War. I finished God of War last night. That's an amazing game.
Yay! I feel like celebrating, but don't know.
It's all we hear about.
It's not as good as Last of Us, but it's good. The Last of Us is so good. I named my daughter Ellie. There's a main character.
Hang on, you watched the England game last night and you finished the game.
Yeah, because I was pretty much. I was very close. I was very close.
Didn't he just name his daughter after a character in God of War?
No.
You overskipped that one.
No.
What is she called? Kratos.
No.
Come here, little Kratos.
There's a character in The Last of Us called Ellie.
Drink up, Kratty.
When Tracy, my wife, suggested that we call Eloise.
Oh no! Someone's not in airplane mode.
I was sorry. So I was, the character in The Last. I just wish there's more people just need to go play Last. Anyway, sorry. Where were we?
So you named your child?
Yeah. Well, I let Tracy go. You can do that. That's fine. Because I was like, that's great.
I'm just glad you didn't choose Toe Jam.
Toe Jam? No, never played that.
That was a computer.
But sorry, no. God of War. Released in over 1 month, or was it? It sold like 5 million copies.
No way.
That's crazy.
It's the amount of money and the production teams and the creative art. And I am going to do some sort of a vlog just about the creative process and some of the designs.
We
and
heard
some
on
of
the
the
podcast
things.
He's going to do a blog.
Yeah. I will do one because it's from a creative standpoint to look at the teams and the animations and the videos that go into marketing these things. It is crazy, and I think you can do in terms of marketing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of our clients, they're not going to have the money to do marketing in cinemas, but there is you can see now that there's a lot more marketing going, especially video games, of advertising on TV and in cinema.
You have to be so delicate with it though, don't you? It needs to be the right kind of brand. Does it? Obviously, everyone remembers Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Sorry to go back to classic, but do you remember how mental that was?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that was I think they said it was like psychology of a reward because you're collecting and you're like treasure hunting. It's like Easter egg hunting.
But it was another social gathering.
Everyone was on their phone. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird for about a week.
A week or two.
Collecting.
It was being opened more than Twitter.
And that most times at this day and age now, you get people on their phone that don't lift their head up.
No, they don't.
They're just like this.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas when Pokemon... But gaming won't get a credit for that in bringing people together, getting people to actually look up from the phone and go... And you had like gatherings, you had mass like Pokemon Go teams that would just go out, try and hunt.
And it became quite a sociable thing rather than on your own. NHS recognised gaming as a mental disorder.
Lee's got a mental disorder then.
Like you can actually go and get treatment on the NHS for your gaming addiction.
You can't do... Yeah.
Gaming addiction? You can get that, can you?
What, so how do they treat you?
How do they treat you if you've got it? Just that, so that I know.
Give me your PS4.
I don't know what they do.
They strap boxing gloves to your hands.
Yeah, stick you in a room.
So you can't control anything.
But it's people who spend hours on their phone or on their game, and they're not kind of in the real world, which is really sad actually.
So I think from a marketing point of view, I think
videos,
teasers, video content. It's all about content. It's all about being engaged. Customization. All these little things that you can easily take from video games. Yeah. Into any sort of marketing, really. And again, talking with your client, talking with your customers, your audience.
I think for us as well, we have an inspiration wall here where in the past we've stuck up and we're looking at designs or creative ideas, and sometimes a lot of video games have been the inspiration, whether it's the art style. What was that one that was really colourful? It was like Oki or something, or it was really colourful. It was a 2D side scroller. But anyway, it was something like Oki, I can't remember. We'll find out. But literally, it was beautiful. And the art styles and stuff, you can use a lot of that for inspiration. The way they tell stories.
Like the actual consoles themselves, like PlayStation.
The designs.
For the players, is that PlayStation's kind of strap line that went didn't it go a little bit amiss at some point?
No, but it's only recently because their strap line is for the players. But since Nintendo have released their version of Fortnite on the Switch, basically players that want to play, because Sony has a market share, most people have played Fortnite on the PlayStation. So if you then want to go and play on the Nintendo, you'd log in your account that you've created on your PS4.
Yeah.
But then when you look into the Switch basically, the PlayStation won't let you log that account in anywhere else. So all of those things that you've spent money on, all that progress,
you
can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Now Xbox is completely open; you can take it wherever you go.
Nice.
Nintendo, PC, they're all working together.
Because Sony's got the
market because Sony, they're just being a little bit arrogant in that they don't want to let people cross-play on other networks, on other devices. So they've shut it down.
Yeah. They've done an Apple.
Yeah, and then look at the press Apple get for it, and on the next phone they're getting away with the Lightning port, they're doing away with it. So yet again, it's... They're going to have then? Maybe the Thunderbolt 2, who knows? But again, it's just, even if you've got market share, you just don't get too arrogant because, again, these communities are so big, the backlash can be huge. Absolutely huge.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I think, shall we go off with our top 5?
What was it again?
Video games of all time.
And are these? Do these include mobile apps?
I want to go retro with this.
Retro would be
risky.
A wise move.
Okay.
Oh.
So, we'll go top 5. This is the best-selling games of all time. Sorry, could you see that?
No, I promise.
Okay.
I want to shout one out really quickly.
So, what do you want to go? We'll go at number 5. Do you want to go number 5? Or do you want
no. Let's just put some names out there.
I'm going to say Sonic.
And see if they...
No.
Tetris.
I was going to say that.
Where do you think Tetris is?
2.
No.
4.
No.
5.
3.
No.
1.
I'll take that.
Tetris, apparently...
How is Sonic not on that?
Tetris is sold, to this day, 495 million.
Good old Game Boy
But then if you think
I've got another one.
Think how many Tetris versions
He's not listening to you, he's thinking of his next one.
Mario
is on there.
Of course he's on there. Of course he's going to be on there.
Where would you think Mario is?
5th.
Yes, Super Mario Brothers is 5th.
You've peaked.
With
I haven't peaked.
40 million. So,
wow.
So you got 2, 3 and 4.
Okay.
Is Fallout on there?
No.
I'm going to go with... You okay? I don't know.
Right,
so give us a clue?
No. What was that?
What was that? Rounders. Tennis.
Kind of.
Oh, Pong.
Yeah, no. Wii Sports. Wii Sports was number 4, 82 million. To be fair, for Nintendo, for Wii Sports to be at 82, it's pretty good. Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2. Now, come on, number 2.
I can't say
FIFA.
because I've looked.
No. Think about it. Microsoft. Biggest game probably ever.
Halo.
No.
What?
Yeah.
It is big.
Is it big?
Yeah.
Microsoft's biggest game ever. I don't know.
Your kids have played it.
Oh, Minecraft.
Yeah, the game that no gamers actually want to play. Well, not the kiddie. I can't stand Minecraft. Anyway, number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, sorry.
Makes billions.
In terms of numbers, Minecraft has sold 106 million. Grand Theft Auto 95. I imagine Grand Theft Auto 5 will maybe overtake Minecraft. And eSports at 82.
I love that Tetris is 495 million.
Simple little ding 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 ding.
Can you still buy Game Boys? Like new?
Don't know.
No, Game Boys are gone. Nintendo's just...
Right, it's getting warm in here.
So I think that's it. I think we're done. Let's wrap up. So thanks very much for tuning in. Please reach out to us on our social media channels at Thinkbda, and that's on Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn. That's up. We're wrapped. We're off now to go play some video games, and
we're not though. We're off to go and do some work.
Yeah, spreadsheets,
stuff like that. So until next week, thanks very much for joining us.
That's been me. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Pow!
Good talk.